Hi, I'm Allie. Join me as I create a nice masculine looking gemstone bracelet. We're going to be using leather and gemstones for a quick and easy design and a great present idea to get that masculine look, whether or not it's for a man or a woman. It's still that fun, natural, kind of earthy design. If you need any materials, check below the video to get the link to the exact gemstones and clasps and everything. Also, don't forget, if you want to during the video, comment below for some different ideas to share with our Potomac beaders. Gather up your materials and let's get started. So for this video, we're going to be using some leather cord. You can use 1.5, 2mm, 3mm, up to you. You just want to make sure whatever end you're gluing into, that the many strands of leather that you're using are going to fit inside. In addition to the leather and the ends, which I'm using this serpent one for a nice masculine look, not meaning that only men can wear it. That nice kind of masculine look is really, really popular right now, even with women. See, I'm wearing a business suit. Right now, you can also grab some 6mm gemstones. You could use 4s, 8s, 6s. It's up to you. It just depends on the look that you're trying to create. I am going to be using the Griffin silk cord, and I'm using a size 10 cord for that in this nice silk. The benefit of that is that it is going to have a needle that's already attached to the cord. You could also use beading wire if you wanted to, the cable, and do some crimps, but this is going to be the way that we actually bind and hold together all of our leather strips. The next thing that you're going to do is grab a friend to hold 5 to 6, or if you're using thicker, pieces of your leather cord. Now we cut the cord about 9 inches long. You will want to know the wrist size of the person that you're making it for. Your clasp is going to add about an extra inch to it, but we're going to be gluing into so you don't have any cord. So Jenny's holding the cord here for me. You could also pinch it together with a clamp, but you're just going to take your silk cord and you are going to tie a knot around the leather. So we're tying a nice knot. It's helpful to have a friend. Thanks, Jenny. And we are tying 2 knots around. Nice tight pull. Now you notice I didn't use it right at the end. We're going to be gluing this together, and what that's going to do is this cord is going to go into the end of our snake along with that silk cord, and now we're going to string on our beads. After you get a friend to help you, it is going to be time to go in and actually to glue the end in. Now I'm using this snake skin connector here, and you can notice one side is bigger than the other. I'm going to start with the bigger end, and I have my Ultra Gel Control Loctite glue. What I'm going to do is basically put it down into the hole of the head, fill up a fair amount, not too much. I maybe put about 3mm high in there because I don't want to have extra pouring out the sides. I'm going to push this down in there, make it fit down there, push down that cord a little bit further. And then I can always go ahead and trim off that end so I'm not worried about it. But you want to put it in there, let it dry for a little bit so you don't see any of that silk cord. All you see is the one that's coming out, and let that snake dry for a little bit. Freak somebody out, put it on your counter. Let it get good and dry so that way when we go in and we start stringing on our 6mm gemstones, and I'm going to be using the Leopardskin Jasper gemstone, kind of pulling out some of the lighter ones and just going with darker since I'm going for a masculine look. I'll keep the lighter ones if I want to go for a little bit more of a feminine look. Remember to put the lid on your glue. Give yourself some time here to let that set, and then we'll get ready to string on our gemstones. Once you have your end dried and your 6mm beads on, you're going to want to equal out your 6mm beads to the length that you want and your leather. So I'm going to take the leather here at the end. I have my 6mm to the length that I want, and it's about 8 inches for a 9-inch bracelet for a guy. I'm going to take my cord here on the other end, and like I had Jenny help me before, I'm going to take my cord. It's a little bit easier to manage now. I'm going to take that end here. You can see I'm using like a beige color. It doesn't even matter what color you use because you're not going to see it at all. I'm using this cord because it was left over from a pearl knotting project that I did. Griffin is great because of that needle hanging on. I'm going to tie it around the project. Make sure to pull it down on the project so that it's sitting right against it. And the leather is a Greek leather, so it'll start to relax the more that you do it and wear it. And just like the last one, I'm taking the leather through 2 times, doing a double knot here. Gonna do a nice tight pull. Make sure that leather and those beads sit about the same distance here. Go in now, cut off the extra cord. I actually like to cut my leather with that thread cutter. I find it really, really easy to use. Making sure the cord equals again. We're once again going to go in, take our glue, put our glue into the cap here of the piece. This one's actually a little bit shorter, so I'm going to pull this a little bit closer to the end of the leather. Go in here, put down the end, and push the beads and pull them right along it. It will start to dry pretty instantaneously, so make sure that your cord is in there, it's good and it's stable. And then what we're going to do is wait for it to dry, and then we're going to go in, snip down the cord, and we let our snake eat its own tail. Now you'll see the beads are a little bit kind of intertwined with the leather. That's the look I'm going for, is that I want it to be that intertwinedness, that when it's on the wrist, it looks like just a stacked bracelet with leather and beads. I think one bracelet for that masculine look kind of looks funny. I like when there's gemstones, leather, even if you want to do a stretchy lava bracelet or something in that regard too. It always looks great to add them to that leather look. Thanks so much for joining me to get this masculine gemstone bracelet look. Like I said, it's a really, really easy, quick, and simple design, but hopefully will give you ideas that you can carry on to different styles of jewelry. Remember, if you need any materials, look below the video in the description, or if you're on our site, on the side there, we'll have them for you. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything from us here at Potomac Beads. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more inspirational designs.